Hi everyone, I'm Michelle Coombs. I'm a physical therapist. Today we're going to be doing a follow-up video to my previous video where I went over the knee to wall test. Now, if you haven't watched that video, I recommend you watch that first. And if you found that you have limited ankle dorsiflexion, then in this video, you'll learn about how to work on joint restriction as well as soft tissue restriction. Now let's review a little bit from the last video. If during the knee to wall test you felt a pinch or kind of a block in the front of your ankle, it's more likely that it's a joint restriction issue. However, if you felt a stretch in your Achilles tendon or maybe in your lower leg, your calf area, then it's more likely a soft tissue restriction. It is possible that some people have both issues. Now for joint restriction, we do have to talk a little bit about the osteokinematics versus the arthrokinematics. So we're going to just talk about this briefly. Osteokinematics are like the big joint motions that we see. Basically, the movements that we know the joints do. So for my shoulder, I can abduct my shoulder, I can flex my shoulder, I can internally rotate and externally rotate my shoulder. Those are osteokinematic movements. Now, at the ankle, it's mainly dorsiflexion and plantar flexion. The arthrokinematics are the way that we talk about the movements that occur between the two bones or two or three bones within that joint that happen during the osteokinematic movement. So for the ankle, it follows something called the convex concave rule. And this is due to the shape of the bones that form the joints. So we have our talus and the ankle mortise, which is made up of the tibia and the fibula. Let's talk a little bit about the convex concave rule. During ankle dorsiflexion, our talus is going to glide posterior or backward compared to the ankle mortise. This means that if we help to mobilize our talus posterior or backward, it helps with the osteokinematic movement of ankle dorsiflexion. Let's go over how to perform a mobilization with movement to improve ankle dorsiflexion mobility. To perform the mobilization with movement for the ankle joint to improve dorsiflexion, we need to find a small step or an exercise step to place your foot on. This just helps the mobilization be in the right angle for the ankle joint. We also need something like a dark color resistance band, something that's not too stretchy, that's going to actually give some resistance. We want to place that band below your ankle bones, so that is actually on the talus. We want to secure the back of this resistance band loop with your foot, with your other foot, or to another sturdy object. And you want to lean forward or lunge forward to bring that front knee over your toes. Now, if you only felt a stretch in your Achilles area or your calf region, you might only have a soft tissue restriction. The main culprits for the soft tissue restriction are your gastrocnemius and your soleus. These are your two calf muscles. The gastrocnemius is on top of the soleus muscle. The gastrocnemius, it spans both your knee and ankle joints, but the soleus, it only passes the ankle joint. For this reason, you're going to see two different stretches, one to target each of these muscles. Let's go over a demonstration of the gastroc and soleus wall stretch. Okay, here, this is a gastrocnemius stretch. As you can see, my back knee remains straight with the heel on the floor, and I'm just shifting my weight forward and really feeling a stretch on that back lower leg. I'm making sure not to arch my low back. There's also an option where you can step your front foot out to the side as well as inward to the other side for a three-way stretch. This just provides a stretch to different muscle fibers within that muscle. Now we're going to go over the soleus stretch. So the back knee is going to be bent with the heel remaining on the floor. Sometimes people don't feel a stretch in this one, but it's good to do anyway. We can also have the same options to step the front foot out to the side as well as into the other side for a three-way stretch. Now, when you do the stretch in your workout is important too. If you're doing stretching before a workout, then it's good to do dynamic stretching, which means usually you're going to be holding the position or the stretch for about 5 to 10 seconds and then coming out of the stretch and re-performing it about 5 times. If you're stretching after a workout, then it's okay to hold that stretch for longer and perform more of a static stretch. This is typically what we think of when we do stretches, where people are holding it for 30 seconds, 60 seconds. That's more appropriate after a workout. It's important to maintain our strength and mobility work throughout our lifetime. If you stop your mobility work, then because we continue to live life and exercise, things will inevitably get stiff again and they'll inevitably lose mobility again. Just like maintaining our cars and our homes, the human body does need consistent maintenance for muscle and joint health. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe. See you next time.